what I have to explain to everyone, I think it is such a shock to hear this that people are still kind of adjusting to it. The intensive care units in our hospitals used to be a small part of our hospitals. And again, at the beginning of this month, we had about 20,000 working hospital beds in New York City. What we have to do is convert as many as possible, potentially almost all of those traditional hospital beds into ICU beds. We have to make whole hospitals into intensive care units to get through these next weeks. That's how dire, that's how tough this situation is. If we're going to turn a hospital, I mean, think of Bellevue, think of NYU Langone. You go by these huge buildings, they're going to be all ICU if we can bring all the pieces together, the staff and the equipment and everything. Well, what happens to everyone else who doesn't need intensive care? We have to have hospitals for them too. What happens to people who've been infected with COVID-19 but are not at the point where they need intensive care, hopefully on the way to recovery? They need a hospital bed in many cases too, but we can't put them in an intensive care unit, which has to be reserved for those we're trying to save. So what the USNS Comfort allows, and Javits Center and so many other places being developed right now, is the ability to take all those other patients and give them care. And each location will be different, but it will allow us to keep a healthcare system going while we convert the core hospitals into something we've never done. And this is beyond anyone's imagination. I asked the head of our public hospitals, Dr. Mitch Katz, I said, have you ever heard of any place where they had to turn hospitals into all ICU? He said, no, no one's ever come near having to do that in the last 100 years in this country. But because the Comfort is here, because of what's happened at Javits Center, we're going to have the ability to do that.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.